Taradale Primary School, and here we have the park across the road, the park that goes between the great Black Isle Road and my road, Muir Road. And here we have the MOOFOOD boxes, which here's one that's planted. I recognise potatoes, leeks, onions, cannabis, parsley, and all these trees are apple trees. Oh, this is a bottle bank. And this is a plum belle de Lovin, very large, late delicious purple variety on St. Julian stock. Well, this is very good. All this has been paid for, folks, by the Climate Challenge Fund, which claims that global warming is occurring, which, as we know, is just a big hoax. And the councillor planted one of these trees with a spade while unspaded for months, years, as they these people walking their dogs. Unspaded as the potholes in Muir Road. And this maybe is coal dust. So the kids have been painting some things, which is good. Keeps them out of mischief. But somehow MOOFOOD has appeared with a large American fridge, electricity, a shed, and food is put in. I've had some food out of the free food bank myself, and but why is it being paid for by the Climate Challenge Fund? Good afternoon, lads. Are you enjoying the orchard? Yeah, and are you enjoying the... I see there's parsley growing and leeks and hashish. You know, that's really good. It'll be ripe in a wee while. Do you want to speak on camera?
Not your camera, no thank you.
So you know who's paying for this? The taxpayer.
The taxpayer?
Yeah.
Really?
It's coming from the Climate Challenge Fund. The MOOFOOD has 3 people employed.
And your point is?
Point is that they haven't done the potholes.
What's the potholes? And why do you care? Do you drive a car?
I don't actually, no.
You don't drive a car, so therefore you should be caring about them taking care of the pavements. And do they take care of the pavements? Yes. That benefits your feet. You don't drive a car. Don't follow a road tax.
No, but I go in cars.
Why? But you're not going to change anything. The fact is, they put everything in a big pot and split it up. If the money went where it should go, everything would. But that's just it. You can't take out on some fucking flowers. Oh, they're growing flowers. They're not taking care of the road. Get a grip.
Well, that's it, you know.
Get a grip. It's a charity. It's for. They're growing vegetables.
It's not a charity. It's
a school. It's been done by the school. What is this logo right here? Taradale Primary. It's been done by the school. Are the school kids expected to go out and fucking tar the road? No. Get a grip.
Well,
Get a grip.
I'm glad to see someone's got an opinion. That's good.
Get a grip. Just go.
Why?
You're not getting my point. You're exactly what's wrong with the world.
I am.
You're exactly what is wrong with the world. Complaining that they're growing plants instead of tarring the road when you don't even drive a fucking car.
I have a driver.
You have a driver. Where's your driver?
My driver comes
Your driver comes. It's called
at 9 o'clock on Monday. Do you drive?
No. And do you see me bothering about the roads? No.
Well, perhaps you should.
Why? I walk on the pavement, you fad.
And you get the bus, I suppose. You don't have a driver.
No, I get the train, guys. No potholes. Perfectly smooth ride.
Well,
Come on.
how long will it be?
How long will it be before there's potholes on our railway line? Quite a long time, I suppose, because railways are made of steel and wood, and you don't.
I suppose you're on Facebook.
No.
Good. I'm not on Facebook. Anybody that's on Facebook has a limited capabilities.
I'm on fucking Facebook, you cunt.
I can assure you there's no
Well,
more limited capabilities.
that explains.
Oh, I'm coming from my cave in Afghanistan. When the fuck were you ever in Afghanistan, man?
Never.
Exactly. You've got issues. You were in a cave in Afghanistan from your flat in Muir.
I wasn't. I was.
I watched your videos before. And where were they? On Facebook.
Well, no longer. I don't go on Facebook.
Because you're a fucking loop.
Well, that may be so. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion.
You're wasting your life going about taking videos of fucking.
I've been round the world for.
Around the world. Fucking hell. Oh, it's New Zealand.
I haven't been in New Zealand.
Pond, mate.
I've been educated, self-educated, and educated.
Self-educated in what?
Well, a lot of people. I'm not saying you particularly, but a lot of people are just in Muir are undereducated.
Undereducated. And you're the person to educate them, is that what
Sorry?
you're trying to say?
It's not why I live here. I live here because I was homeless.
You've got a house.
Yes, flat.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
If you were homeless, right, and you've seen these things with, like you said, onions and basil and things growing, like the vending machine over there provided by, as you say, the taxpayer, which is a charity, the HAB, which raises their own money.
Well, the Climate Challenge Fund.
Yes, it's a fund, exactly, they fund it.
It's a worldwide fund.
It's a worldwide fund, exactly. Right, so...
But we didn't ask for that.
No.
And we don't exactly need it. The orchard.
You don't need fucking tarred roads because you walk on the pavement. I've never fucking seen you drive in my life. All you do is stand at the side of the road. Oh look, this person's going way over 20. This person's... The police's job, but the police can't even do so. What do you expect you to do?
Well, we should as a community help the police.
You're making people worse. You aggravate people standing there by your camera. Surely in this day and age you realise that not everyone likes the camera stuck in their face.
Well, everyone can go to hell because you can film anywhere you like in public.
No, that
Sorry?
he's got a point. You can film in a public place. You can film whatever you like.
Anything.
But what's illegal is putting people's number plates on YouTube without their permission and not.
I'm afraid no.
So you're not allowed to.
Have you been on YouTube?
What?
Have you been on?
I've been in one of your videos on YouTube and I.
Have you been on YouTube in general?
No.
No, you haven't seen cars and people and.
Most videos are all
Do you not see it when you video, not just like a passing car is fine, but you purposely stood and videoed my friend's car without his permission, and you put his number plate on YouTube, which is legal because therefore someone.
Well, it's not. Please, if it's illegal, sue me.
What?
Sue me.
There's no point in suing you because you've got fuck all to your name except that stupid camera.
I mean, write to my lawyer.
Off to your lawyer.
yourself.
Fucking Bill and Ben, the flower pot men.
No,
Fucking
I have a lawyer
useless.
in this country, or my New York lawyer.
You New York lawyer.
Have you been in New York?
Wolf of Wall Street.
No, Crow,
Call.
and Sons of New York and Bermuda.
The Bermuda. Fucking hell, pity you weren't taking in the fucking Bermuda Triangle.
Well, it's good to hear a man with opinions, and I like that.
That's really
Yeah.
I guarantee I'm not going to be voicing my opinions like you. Taking it out on a fucking charity for the roads. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
But don't stand and be like a normal proletarian.
What does that mean?
Proletarian. That's the general population. Read George Orwell's 1984.
No, actually, what you'll find is I tend to keep quite up to date with politics. I'm not politically ignorant like most people, like you tend to say. But this is not an excuse for not tarring the roads. You really
you keep
tackling the government, because what happens is your tax, your road tax, everything goes in a massive pot, and the Chancellor decides where it all goes. He decides.
This is a climate challenge fund, which is from the United Nations.
It's not some charity's fault that the roads aren't getting tarred.
You say you're up to date in politics. What about Tommy Robinson?
Okay, I mean, I don't take it like to the finer details, but I mean what is going on in the world. I know that there is a very big debate about there not being roads tarred, which you have a point. But the point I'm trying to make is this isn't the issue. The issue is we've got an NHS that's failing, which needs fucking money, and they can't decide. There's not enough money. That's the point.
Do you like liars?
Do I like liars? Not particularly, no.
Right. See, one liar has dug a channel down there to drain. It's always muddy down there in the winter when it's wet.
Yes.
And that liar is Mike Atkinson, who's in charge of the community council. He's the chairman of the community council.
Chairman of the board, right?
And he's useless.
And you're much better. What are you doing? You're walking about with a fucking video camera, man. No one...
Mike Atkinson was
all
told...
the years that you've been taking stupid, shitty videos, has anyone ever took an interest in what you're taking?
Well, Mike Atkinson...
The only time anyone bothered of what you were doing was when you were putting inappropriate images of Danielle Burton on fucking social media. That's the only time someone bothered when you were fucking weirdo.
Inappropriate images.
You can't fucking speak, Gudge. Inappropriate images.
Which ones were they?
Oh, images that were all, everyone has seen them all over social media. You were taking it on social media.
Danielle allowed me to, and she allowed me the other week.
But that's just taking advantage. That's just dirty crap.
Danielle is 22.
Still dirty crap.
She wasn't when that
She wasn't. She was still in school when that was happening.
22.
She's 22.
She's a couple of years above me in school. She's not 22 years old. Oh, she was actually, aye. Because she has learning difficulties. There you go, taking advantage of a disabled person. Therefore, you...
I know she's got what do you call it?
No one sings in town if they're... No one sings anime in town if they're normal. All I'm saying is, this charity is not the problem for the roads not being tarred.
And what are you doing? What are you as a group doing for Muir?
Well, we're probably nothing really, but we're not complaining and making a nuisance of ourselves.
Yeah.
Trying to keep away from everything. And what's this whole shit about the Earth being flat? Earth is flat.
Yeah, well, what do you think the Earth is?
The Earth is a
pretty circular.
The Earth is a big ball of shite.
Aye, the Earth is perfectly round, eh?
Prove it to me.
Prove it to me. How about you prove it? Prove that the Earth is flat.
No, I don't need to. You need to prove it.
Have you ever been on an aeroplane?
Yes.
Have you ever looked out the window?
I've looked out the curved window.
The curved window.
And I looked, and all round me, I looked out the other side. It was a flat horizon.
Flat horizon. You didn't see the curved window there?
No.
Yeah.
I was 12 years a merchant seaman.
Were you?
I looked at the horizon every day of my life. It was flat.
Aye, but look at the size of the world though, and you're in that one little bit. If not, of course you're not going to fucking see the edge.
Well, wait a minute. Do you know how much curvature there is in the world?
As much as there is in your belly.
Possibly. There possibly is, because you know that the curvature of the Earth, according to science, and you're flat, so are we going to say it's like your belly? The curvature of the Earth is 8 inches. 8 inches per mile. Did you know that? You obviously didn't.
Wait, so it is curved then?
That's what the scientists say. And there's a mathematical equation. Loch Ness is 24 miles long. Right?
Listen to what he's saying.
The Loch Ness, which I've sailed up and down in my luxury yachts many times. I don't have a luxury.
Okay, I don't think a couple of fucking barrels with 2 planks across it can class as a
I
yacht.
don't have a luxury yacht now, but when I did,
Back in the day before you were homeless and in between the time that you were in the fucking merchant.
my last
Keep track of your own story. 1 minute you're up here, the next minute you're down here, you're back up here. Fucking hell.
my last luxury yacht was sold in November last year due to financial.
Due to the tax and flux.
Right, we're on Loch Ness. We're on Loch Ness, which is 24 miles long, and you will know, of course, that the curvature, according to science, is 337 foot. So that between Loch End, this end, and Fort Augustus, the drop is 337 foot. If you go up to the football ground in Inverness,
The shithole.
yep,
The thing next to the
to the sea,
The road.
yes.
The OK road.
If you look across at Channery Point, it's 7 miles, and the curvature, according to science, is 35 foot.
So
Now, Channery Point's only about 35 foot high, but if you go down to the water level and look at the water level on Channery Point, there's no curvature. Well, it proves the earth is flat.
your point's not going anywhere. What about the person that sailed round the whole entire world from one point to the other in the hope that he would prove your theory right and there would eventually be an edge and he would just go and just fall into nothing. But no, what happened is he came the whole way back round and was at the same point where he started.
Well, I sailed round. I went to Cuba, Panama. Cuba, I got sugar. Panama
You're
went
fucking pirate now.
went to Japan on a cargo ship, went to Australia, came from Australia to South Africa, Cape Town, and come up round to where I started.
I still don't understand how we've got on the subject. If this charity that we're going fly with is rooking the road, that's still baffles me even more. That's just stupid. Where's the point? Why do you come here when there's no one here? Why don't you come here when everyone else is here, the people that actually do it? So
I came to video
video fucking
just
pots.
yes.
What are you trying to video like?
Well, just the growth and the.
Do you know those boxes probably were handmade, so therefore didn't cost money? The vegetables, they're okay fine, they might have paid for the seeds, but they grow, then they make more. You know, it's a way to stop money. They're trying to plant things so people don't have to spend money. It's supposed to be a charitable cause. I suppose you wouldn't care much about charity, would you?
Well, I do. I've given to charity.
Well, why are you complaining then? This is a charity and you're complaining about the top.
The thing I'm complaining about this is the councillor was.
Everyone in Muir has donated to all of this. So
Well, including me.
including you, so why are you complaining?
Exactly, why are you complaining? Then it's
Why,
It's not
so
you'll recall that I complained that Councillor Person was Councillor, what's her name, was
Councillor Watson, I don't know, you're supposed to be fucking big high up in politics, gads, you're supposed to know all their names.
well, I don't like to say her name
You don't want to say her name because you don't know her name.
because
You're going to do well in Parliament. Oh, thingy, you know the one, your man over there, fucking, yeah, him, he did it. Fucking, him as well.
You right there, you dick.
I just still don't understand your point you're trying to make.
the point is that she was digging with a spade to plant one of these trees.
Right.
And the photograph was in the papers.
Okay.
She wasn't out there doing this big pothole that some kid's going to get killed in on the road.
Right.
How is someone going to die in a pothole?
Well, if they come along on their bike,
You're obviously going to see it if it's a pothole.
That just proves the
Well,
difference between us and him. We didn't play in potholes when we were younger.
when it was covered in snow, I mean, that was still there and it's still there today.
Covered in snow, it's going to be icy, they're not going to be out on the bike.
Why?
Why are you being on the side of the corrupt?
I'm not. I agree with what you're saying. That the roads are in a shocking disgrace. But this isn't what is the problem. The problem is, like I've said 3 times now, when road tax was introduced, the reason for road tax was for the well-keeping and maintenance of the roads. The reason that is because the NHS is fucked. The police are fucked. Because I told you I'm not politically ignorant like you are.
So have a life.
I'll tell you something about the police, right?
No, I'm not saying the police are. I hate the police, right? But what my point is.
I called 999 at 7 o'clock one night. 999.
For what?
My home was under attack. And guess, wait a minute, guess what time they came out? This is, guess when they come out?
What?
10 o'clock the next morning.
You know why? Because it's you. Because you cause that much aggro and grief to other people that they complain about you, that they're just...
You're not even allowed near the school, man.
I'm allowed anywhere I like.
No, you're not.
You're not allowed within like 100 metres of the
You're not allowed within 100 feet of my dad either.
Oh, who said that?
What?
Who said that?
The police.
Remember getting letter a couple of years ago?
Oh, you got tied up with, you got fucking police tape put round your mouth one time. I remember seeing that. You got fucking taken away for filming when fucking kids are walking to school.
No, it wasn't. I beg your pardon. You can film with kids. You can film with
That's just
people.
wrong, though.
You can get over.
It's disgusting. It's wrong and it's disgusting, eh?
I didn't film kids purposely. That was in my bail conditions.
But that's the point that people are making, right? You are, although you are allowed to video in a public place, you are not allowed to video an under 16-year-old without parents' consent. And don't say that you can't, because I have just been through school, and every time we had to get a photo taken for school, a consent form had to get sent home for our mums to sign. You cannot video or take a picture of someone under the...
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely.
So are you telling me if I walked out my house and took a video of some little girl outside my house, her mum is going to be happy with it?
Sure, you imagine she's not going to be happy.
Because you're allowed to do it, that's why.
But you're allowed to do it.
No, okay, fine. If they were doing something wrong, then maybe. But if they're just standing there and you're taking...
Have you been at a football match?
Yes.
Have you seen on TV football matches with parents and kids and...
Exactly. You're not listening to the point I'm making without consent. You just said parents and kids. The parent is sitting next to the
They're
kid.
filming the football game,
They're
and then
filming-
they just film the crowd to see their reactions. They're not filming
And there's-
one little kid. Like.
Well, I don't know. There's kids and older kids.
Buying tickets, they should already have consent.
I want you to go to FUNAT, P-N-U-T, I think it is. If you go to my photography page and you'll see I am not a terrorist, I'm a photographer. And you'll get the rules there.
Right, but every kid and parent that knows going to the football game knows there's going to be recorded. If they didn't want their kids to go to TV, they wouldn't go.
It says outside that it's going to be on TV, and if they didn't want it to be recorded, they wouldn't go.
Well, that's fine, that's good.
So what you say?
Well, they should have that sign outside everybody's door.
They'd rather be filmed at a fucking football game
Aye,
rather
than
than
some
walking
random
to
person
school.
just walking around.
Walking to school and you're like fucking 5 years old.
Like, use a bit of common sense,
just
guys.
a-
But in
just
the
some random
21st
old
century,
man
when all this
taking
shit's going on, do you not think it's a bit suspect when some big fucking weird-looking geezer's walking down the street with a camera videoing people?
I think you'll find that the weird ones do it sneakily, you know, with little iPhones or
Yeah,
something.
but still, that's what I'm trying to get. There's so much of that nowadays that people are still, they can't trust you. Because of the shit that you used to put on Facebook with Danielle. Like, although you may say you had her consent, we don't know. They can't trust you.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
I like a debate. I like a good debate.
So I love listening to
I like a good debate, right? I just got me started with blaming charity for the fucking maintenance.
Are you at school or you left school?
I left school 2 years ago. Why?
Well-paid jobs, living a good life.
Best thing I did was leave school.
Yeah, well, I probably agree with you.
Leave school.
No, the best thing I did was leave school. You will learn more about the world when you leave.
Yes, I agree.
No, you're going.
Agree. We talk creationism or evolution.
No,
I stopped going to school after
I took history.
Oh. Well, you talked about the moon landings, so-called.
So-called moon. Oh, here we go. Conspiracy! Conspiracy! 9/11 didn't happen. It was all the government. Supposed moon landing. Here we go.
I didn't say that, but the moon landings, were you told that was fact? And you believed it?
Why are you going to tell me that you were there and it was some sort of...
No, I got a computer in 1995, possibly before you were born.
Yes, before I was born.
Really? Oh God. Well, I got a computer then in the early days of 486 LNX, 486, look it up.
I know.
And I looked at the moon. That was a big thing then, the moon photos. I was always a photographer. I was a wedding photographer. I'm a licentiate at the Royal Photographic Society. I know photographs.
Fucking, he's been homeless, he's been in the merchant, he's been a sailor, he's been to Cuba, he's been a fucking... What haven't you done, Dad?
I've had 3 luxury yachts.
3?
And I've also stood for Parliament 3 times.
I believe that, and you didn't. You failed 3
If
times.
they were yours, how the fuck are you homeless now, eh?
He's not homeless.
I was homeless.
Living in a shitty house, you're not working.
It came into money after I got the home there. I had a yacht in 2002, a luxury yacht, and then I had a yacht in 2009. And you'll see my YouTube videos on, really.
Yes, I've been on one of them.
You've been on one of them?
Yes, you took a video of me when I was sitting outside the Tornado in my friend's car. I didn't ask to be videoed.